institutions to open from 12th of September. SSC, HSC and Class 5 students to attend classes every day and others once a week. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina emphasizes on building country's Navy and Air Force based on modern technology.
বিশ্ব যেখানে এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে, বিজ্ঞানের নতুন নতুন প্রযুক্তি আসছে, প্রযুক্তি নির্ভর হয়ে যাচ্ছে বর্তমান বিশ্ব, তার সঙ্গে তাল মিলিয়ে যেন আমরা চলতে পারি সেই প্রস্তুতিও আমাদের থাকতে হবে।
Dhaka elevated expressway to open from airport to Tejga Path next year, says Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir. Despite not having Zia's body, claiming his grave, deceiving people is un-Islamic, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Country's corona infection rate now stands at below 10%. 70 died in the last 24 hours. Taliban dispersed women protesters in Afghanistan's capital Kabul. Rebels claim 600 Taliban killed in Panjshir. And in the third T20 match, New Zealand defeat Bangladesh by 52 runs. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ashrifa Hussain, welcoming you to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Centre. Those were the headlines, and now moving on to the details. Classroom teaching will start from September 12th at primary, secondary and higher secondary educational institutions. From that day, the current SSC and HSC candidates and the SSC and HSC candidates for 2022 will join classes every day of the week except holidays. Fifth graders will similarly come to classes every day. Education Minister Dr. Deepu Moni announced the decision at a press briefing after presiding over an interministerial meeting at the conference room of the Cabinet Division at the Secretariat today.
যারা এবার এসএসসি বা এইচএসসি পরীক্ষা দেবেন এবছর 2021 সালে, তারা এবং যারা আগামী বছর এসএসসি এবং এইচএসসি দেবেন তারা প্রতিদিন আসবেন প্রথমে, কিন্তু 1, 2, 3, 4 আর আমাদের এখানে 6, 7, 8, 9 তারা শুরুতে সপ্তাহে একদিন করে আসবেন। জেএসসি, জেডিসি, পিএসসি এই পরীক্ষাগুলো নেবার সার্বিক প্রস্তুতি আমাদের নেওয়া থাকবে। অবস্থা পর্যবেক্ষণ করে যদি আমরা মনে করি যে এই পরীক্ষাগুলো নেওয়া সম্ভব, তাহলে আমরা পরীক্ষাগুলো নেব ইনশাআল্লাহ। মাস্ক পরিধান করা ছাড়া কেউ শিক্ষা প্রতিষ্ঠানে ঢুকবেন না। কাজে অভিভাবকদের এখানে একটা বড় ভূমিকা রয়েছে, তারা তাদের সন্তানকে বাড়ি থেকেই মাস্কটি দিয়ে দেবেন যেন শিক্ষার্থীরা মাস্কটি বাসা থেকেই পরে স্কুলে আসে এবং এটি যেন তারা আবার বাসায় ফিরে যাওয়া পর্যন্ত যেন সে মাস্ক পরিধান করে। মাস্ক অবশ্যই শিক্ষা প্রতিষ্ঠানের মধ্যে সকলের পরতে হবে, এর কোনো বিকল্প নেই।
Agriculture Minister Dr. Abdul Razak, Health Minister Zahid Malik, LGRD Minister Mohammad Tajul Islam, State Minister for Primary and Mass Education Mohammad Zakir Hussain, State Minister for Youth and Sports Zahid Ahsan Russell, Deputy Minister for Education Mohibul Hassan Chaudhry Nofal and Cabinet Secretary Khondokar Anwarul Islam were present at the meeting. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said Bangladesh armed forces must have necessary preparedness, keeping pace with the technology-dependent modern world to protect the country's independence and sovereignty. The Prime Minister said this while addressing a meeting of the Selection Board of Bangladesh Navy and Air Force at Dhaka Cantonment today. Sheikh Hasina delivered her speech joining the meeting at the headquarters of the Navy and the Air Force through video conference from Ganobhavan. She said Bangladesh never wants war against any country. Rather, it wants peace, as no country can achieve desired development without peace, while war only brings destruction. The Prime Minister, however, made it clear that Bangladesh must have all necessary preparations to safeguard the country from any external attacks. For the purpose, she put emphasis on ensuring training for the members of the armed forces, including Navy and Air Force, and having modern equipments for them to keep pace with the developed world.
আমাদের স্বাধীনতা সার্বভৌমত্ব রক্ষার জন্য বিশ্ব যেখানে এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে, বিজ্ঞানের নতুন নতুন প্রযুক্তি আসছে, প্রযুক্তি নির্ভর হয়ে যাচ্ছে বর্তমান বিশ্ব, তার সঙ্গে তাল মিলিয়ে যেন আমরা চলতে পারি সেই প্রস্তুতিও আমাদের থাকতে হবে। আমরা যুদ্ধ চাই না, আমরা শান্তি চাই, কারণ শান্তি ছাড়া কোনো কিছু উন্নতি করা সম্ভব না। যুদ্ধ ধ্বংস ডেকে আনে, আমরা ধ্বংসের পথে যেতে চাই না। কিন্তু কেউ যদি আক্রমণ করে, তো বহিঃশত্রু আক্রমণ থেকে দেশকে রক্ষা করার সব রকম প্রস্তুতি আমাদের থাকতে হবে। আগামী দিনের যারা দক্ষতার সাথে নৌবাহিনী বিমান বাহিনী পরিচালনা করবে তাদের নির্বাচিত করবেন। আবার পাশাপাশি আমি এটাও বলবো যে অনেক ক্ষেত্রে দেখা যায় যে অনেকে দেখবেন যে কর্তব্য পালনে অনেক দক্ষতার পরিচয় দিতে পারে, তো তারা যেন অবহেলিত না হয় সেদিকটাও আপনারা বিবেচনা করবেন।
The long-cherished Podda Bridge is going to open after 10 months. The government has a plan to open the railway over the bridge, as well as at the same time, and additional workers have been employed to that end amid the coronavirus pandemic. In the meantime, rail tracks on 2 kilometers way have been set up at Mawa End. The authorities want to begin installation of rail tracks on the main structure of the Podda Setu in the next 2 months. According to officials, the project has so far seen 70% progress at Mawa and Bhanga ends. The government has announced that the Podda Setu will be opened for transportation next year, which is being constructed with the own funding of the country. Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Kader has said the elevated expressway from airport to Tejgaon will be opened for traffic next year. He came up with the information while visiting the latest work progress of Dhaka Elevated Expressway this morning. Bridges Division Secretary Abu Bakr Siddiqui and Project Director AHMS Akhtar Hussain were present at that time. Routes of the project are Kaula, Kuril, Bonani, Mohakhali, Tejga, Mogbazar, Komlapur, Saidabad, Jatrabari, Kutubkhali of Dhaka Chattogram Highway. The Bridges Minister said the expressway will be implemented in 3 phases. The Minister said a total of 46.73 kilometer long expressway is being built with ramp.
আমাদের 3টি ধাপ রয়েছে। একটা ধাপ হচ্ছে শাহজালাল আন্তর্জাতিক বিমানবন্দরে দক্ষিণে কাওলা থেকে বনানী রেল স্টেশন একটা, দ্বিতীয় ধাপ বনানী রেল স্টেশন থেকে মগবাজার রেল ক্রসিং পর্যন্ত, তৃতীয় ধাপ মগবাজার রেল ক্রসিং থেকে ঢাকা চট্টগ্রাম মহাসড়কের কুতুবখালী পর্যন্ত। এই 3 ধাপে 3 ফেজে কাজটা ঢাকা এলিভেটেড এক্সপ্রেসওয়ের কাজ সম্পন্ন হবে। আমরা আগামী বছর তেজগাঁ পর্যন্ত আমাদের এই অংশটি শেষ হবে। বাকি কাজ আমাদের 23 সালে আমাদের কাজটা সম্পন্ন হবে। আমাদের এখন সার্বিক অগ্রগতি হচ্ছে 30.50 এভারেজ।
Awami League Joint General Secretary and Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has said claiming a spot grave without having dead body is tantamount to deception with people and anti-Islamic as well. He said this at a views exchange meeting with journalists at his residence today. Dr. Hassan Mahmood said BNP's unity means thronging under an umbrella with militants, Jamaat and war criminals.
আমাদের লাশ কেউ দেখে নাই এবং তখনকার পত্রিকার কাটিং আমার কাছে আছে এবং সেখানে লিখেছে পত্রিকায় কেউ জিয়া রহমানের লাশ দেখে নাই এবং তারেক রহমান খুব আকুতি মিনতি করে বলছিল যে আমি আমার আব্বুর লাশ দেখতে চাই, তাকে দেখানো হয় না। খালেদা জিয়াও দেখে নাই, কেউ দেখে নাই। রাঙ্গুনি এই যে প্রথম কবর দেওয়া হয়েছে বলা হচ্ছে, সেই কবর থেকে যখন লাশ উত্তোলন করা হয় তখনকার চেয়ারম্যান তিনি এখনো বেঁচে আছেন, জহির চেয়ারম্যান। তাকে আমি জিজ্ঞেস করেছি, বললো যে আমরা কেউ জিয়ার লাশ দেখিনি। 3টা লাশ তোলা হয়েছিল, জিয়া রহমানের লাশ আমরা কেউ দেখিনি। আসলে পুরোপুরি সমস্ত মিথ্যার উপর দাঁড়িয়ে তারা রাজনীতি করছে এবং কারো লাশ না থাকা সত্ত্বেও সেটি তার কবর বলে চালিয়ে দেওয়া, সেটি যেমন জনগণের সাথে প্রতারণা, একই সাথে সেটা প্রচন্ড অন-ইসলামিক কাজ যেটি বিএনপি করছে। যে সমস্ত প্রতিষ্ঠান ডাউনলিঙ্কিং এর অনুমোদন পেয়েছে এবং ক্লিন ফিট চালাচ্ছে না এবং কেবল অপারেটিং লাইসেন্স অনুযায়ী যে সমস্ত নিয়মকানুন তাদের মানতে হয় সেগুলো না মানলে 1 অক্টোবর থেকে আমরা আইন প্রয়োগ করব।
The Information and Broadcasting Minister goes on to say those cable operators who don't follow the rules of advertisement-free broadcasting of foreign channels will have to face legal measures from 1st of October. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Mohammad Mokbul Hussain was present. Meanwhile, Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood left Dhaka for Delhi today on a 4-day tour. During the visit, Dr. Hassan Mahmood will hold meetings with Indian Foreign Minister, Information and Broadcasting Minister and Foreign Secretary. Besides, Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood will open the much-desired Bangabandhu Media Centre at the prestigious Press Club of India in Delhi tomorrow. The centre being established with the support of Bangladesh Mission in New Delhi in honour of father of the Bangali nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Agriculture Minister Dr. Abdul Razak has said the export of potato and other agricultural products will be increased in the international market, meeting the local demand. He said this at a meeting on potato processing and its export organised by Department of Agricultural Marketing at BARC Auditorium in the capital's Farmgate today. The Agriculture Minister assured of all sorts of cooperation from the government to increase the good quality potato and its use. Agriculture Secretary Mohammad Misbahul Islam presided over the program, while Director General of Department of Agricultural Marketing Mohammad Yusuf and high officials of various directorate and organizations were present. Now, international news. Taliban officials have broken up a demonstration by dozens of women in Kabul demanding rights following the Taliban takeover in Afghanistan. The group says the Taliban targeted them with tear gas and pepper spray as they tried to walk from a bridge to the presidential palace. The women were calling for the right to work and to be included in the government. The Taliban say they will announce the makeup of their administration in the coming days. The Taliban have said women can be involved in the government but not hold ministerial positions. Many women fear a return to the way they were treated when the Taliban were previously in power between 1996 and 2001. Women were forced to cover their faces outside and harsh punishments were meted out for minor transgressions. But the Taliban maintained the protest got out of control, according to the Afghan media outlet Tolo News. Storm Ida has unleashed flash flooding and tornadoes across the northeast of the U.S., killing dozens and causing devastation in a number of states. New York City and New Jersey have been hit by unprecedented levels of rainfall, with residents left trapped in flooded basements and cars. Tornadoes spawned by the storm ripped off roofs and sent debris thousands of feet into the air. The city of New Brunswick in New Jersey was also badly hit. Memorial Parkway and key roads on the banks of the Raritan River were completely inundated. U.S. President Joe Biden has now declared an emergency in both New Jersey and New York, enabling both states to receive federal funding to support local disaster relief efforts. COVID-19 global death toll crosses 45,78,000 and over 22,13,04,000 people have been infected globally. Besides, more than 19,78,03,000 people have recovered from the virus so far. Meanwhile, the US has now 4,7,65,000 confirmed cases and over 6,65,000 deaths. India has now 3,29,88,000 confirmed cases and over 4,40,000 deaths. Back to national news. Bangladesh reported 70 COVID-19 deaths and 2,430 new infections in the last 24 hours. Directorate General of Health Services, DGHS, in its routine daily statement today said the death toll has risen to 26,563 from coronavirus, and the tally of infections has also risen to 15,14,456. The recovery count rose to 14,51,663 after another 5,060 patients recovered. The statement said 9.66% of 25,163 samples tested positive. DGH's statistics showed off the people infected from the beginning. 95.81% recovered and 1.75% died. The statement said of the 70 deaths, 3 are between 21 to 30 years, 4 are between 31 to 40 years, 7 are between 41 to 50 years, 14 are between 51 to 60 years, 28 are between 61 to 70 years, 12 are between 71 to 80 years, and 2 are between 81 to 90 years. 40 out of the 70 people died were male, while 30 were female. DGHS informed that 31 people died in Dhaka division, 20 died in Chattogram division, 3 died in Rajshahi division, 3 died in Khulna division, 2 died in Borishal division, 6 died in Sylhet division, 4 died in Rangpur division, and 1 died in Mymensingh division. E-passport issuing program outside the country formally starts for the first time at Bangladesh Embassy in Berlin of Germany today. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan inaugurated the program. Speaking on the occasion, the minister said e-passports are being handed over in the Mujib year as pledged by the Prime Minister. Earlier, the government started issuing machine-readable passports MRP to Bangladesh nationals and machine-readable visa MRV to foreigners visiting Bangladesh in 2010. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurated the most modern e-passport issuing project back on January 22nd in 2020. Meanwhile, e-passports are being issued by all the passport offices around Bangladesh. State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Dr. Mohammad Murad Hassan has said there will be no museum in Chattogram Circuit House in the name of killer Zia. He said the existing museum will be reattached with the Circuit House as it should not be maintained as a museum with public money in the name of such kind of people. Dr. Mohammad Murad Hassan said this while sharing views with the divisional chiefs of various departments under the Information and Broadcasting Ministry at Chattogram Centre of Bangladesh Betar today. He said all the materials including machinery of Shadhin Bangla Betar Kendro will be relocated at Kalurghat Betar Kendro from Zia Museum.
বঙ্গবন্ধুর বাংলাদেশে খুনি জিয়াউর রহমানের নামে কোন স্মৃতি জাদুঘর থাকার অবকাশ নাই। চট্টগ্রাম সার্কিট হাউস সরকারের অর্থ দিয়ে জনগণের অর্থ দিয়ে নির্মাণ করা হয়েছে, তৈরি করা হয়েছে। সেখানে এই খুনি জিয়ার নামে কোন স্মৃতি জাদুঘর থাকতে পারে না এবং ইনশাআল্লাহ এই চট্টগ্রাম সার্কিট হাউস আমরা সার্কিট হাউস হিসেবেই আমরা প্রতিষ্ঠিত করেছিলাম। এটা ওই নামেই থাকবে, কোনো স্মৃতি জাদুঘর এখানে থাকবে না।
Public Health Specialist Dr. Bidyut Borua, Bangladesh Television Chattogram Centre General Manager Nitai Kumar Bhattacharya, Bangladesh Betar Chattogram Centre Regional Director Mohammad Sarwar Hussain and Deputy Principal Information Officer Mir Hossain Asanul Karim, amongst others, were present at the meeting. Later, the State Minister for Information and Broadcast enjoyed a cultural function organised by Bangladesh Betar Chattogram Centre. Now, news on sports. Bangladesh lost to New Zealand by 52 runs in the third T20 of 5-match series in Mirpur today. New Zealand won the toss and decided to bat first. The visitors scored 128 runs for 5 in their stipulated 20 overs. In reply, Bangladesh were all out on 76 runs in 19 overs, 4 balls. Ajaz Patel was adjudged man of the match. Bangladesh is leading the series by 2-1. And now to end the bulletin, a repeat of the top stories. Country's educational institutions to open from 12th of September. SSC, HSC and Class 5 students to attend classes every day and others once a week. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina emphasizes on building the country's Navy and Air Force based on modern technology. Dhaka Elevated Expressway to open from airport to Tejgah Park next year, says Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir. Despite not having Zia's body, claiming his grave deceiving people is un-Islamic, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Country's corona infection rate now stands at below 10%. 70 died in the last 24 hours. Taliban dispersed women protesters in Afghanistan's capital Kabul. Rebels claim 600 Taliban killed in Panjshir. And in the third T20 match, New Zealand defeat Bangladesh by 52 runs. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us.